What up, bro? Are you trying to impress a beautiful Latina woman? Check out this enchilada recipe.
Some people love autistic people.
To make our sauce, we are going to start off with 8 chile guajillo, 1 chile ancho, 3 chiles de árbol. We're going to need half of an onion in the form of 2/4 of an onion and 2 pieces of garlic in the form of 2 pieces of garlic. In a medium saucepan, I'm just going to take half of a carton of chicken broth. And this is what we're going to use as our base to boil our peppers. Just gonna let you know now that people typically cut open their chiles and they remove the seeds. I didn't do that because I don't care. But if you want to avoid that texture, go ahead and remove that. And so after I have put everything into the pot, I'm just gonna cover it with water and let it come up to a boil. While that's coming to a boil, I'm going to take 4 potatoes. I am going to peel and cut them up into little cubes. When it comes to peeling and cutting, it's just honestly just get rid of the skin and then chop them up into like little squares if you can. I'm not a chef. I'm just Mexican, dude. So just do the best that you can and it'll be fine. These, we're just going to throw them into an Instant Pot. Right here, you can see me incorrectly hit the button slow cook. What I end up doing is I cancel that and I just do the saute. I let it heat up to 30 minutes and then it just stops and it cools down on its own. You don't want these to get mushy. You just want them to get cooked through. This is what we want to see when I say boiling. We bring it up to the boil and we're going to go ahead and turn off the heat. We're going to let this sit and cool down. Once this has cooled down, we're going to go ahead and put it into the blender and start making our sauce. Same thing with the potatoes. Let them cool down.
While I've got everything cooling down, I'm gonna go to the grocery store and I'm gonna buy some items that I need to make a salsa because believe it or not, I forgot to get tomatoes and jalapenos and orange juice so that I can make a salsa. So we'll be right back. Grocery store shopping in the middle of the day is not the move. You get the worst people around you. You have the worst drivers on the road. Oh my God, this is crazy. There's an insane amount of people. Okay, if you're gonna go to the grocery store, late night, early morning. Late night, early morning. Not the holy crap. Okay, so here's our current state of the union. This is cooled down and I have drained the potatoes and they are fully cooked. Like they're cooked all the way through, but they're still a little solid on the edges, which is what you want. You don't want them to be fully mushed. So these are fine for now. What we are going to do right now actually is we're going to wash 5 tomatoes. I'm going to start off just washing these and then we're going to boil them. We're gonna bring these to a boil, and then once they boil, we're gonna turn it off, let them finish cooking. Once they have finished cooking, we will pop these into the blender with a jalapeno, some jalapeno juice, a pinch of oregano, half of the juice of 1 orange, and some salt and some sugar to taste. I'll meet you then. Once we see it boiling like this, we can go ahead and just shut it off. We're gonna go over here and wash the pepper. So this particular salsa isn't meant to be spicy. So I did cut it in half and I removed the majority of the center. I did remove some of the center just so that it's not like insanely hot. Cause again, we just want this mostly for the flavor, not so much the heat. I'm gonna be using my 5 tomatoes. I'm gonna be doing my jalapeno. I'm gonna be doing some jalapeno vinegar. I'm gonna do a 1/4 of an onion, the juice of half of an orange, whatever I can get between 2 fingers of the oregano. I'm also going to do some salt and equal parts salt, equal parts sugar. Now, I am a sugar-free bitch. I don't have any sugar, but this says that you can do equal parts like Monk Zero to sugar. Like you can add it to any food or beverage as you would regular sugar and it will work. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use this. You should use real sugar just to have it taste like, you know, come out right. Just that's the recipe. I'm just letting you know. I'm using this because I don't have sugar in my house. I happen to do that. So let's do this. Into the blender, just combine. Now we're gonna go ahead and throw this in there. Head and do our onion orange. Now, whenever you're juicing an orange without a juicer, you gotta go through and really get it the way a juicer would. A juicer is going to really rib. You ever look at a juicer, the old-fashioned citrus juicers, you'll see that they're ribbed for orange's pleasure, and you just gotta get it all in there. If your peel does not look like this, you didn't do a great job. We're gonna do some of the vinegar juice. It needs oregano, okay guys? Like it needs oregano. I mean, the orange is already sweet, you're right. The orange is already sweet, don't forget that. Okay, now we're gonna blend, and then if we need more liquid, we will add the liquid from the tomatoes that we boiled. I tasted it, and I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit more of the orange juice. Again, you know what? Make this to your taste, bro. Oh, that's a good orange. And I'm also gonna throw in some more salt. I'm gonna give this a quick little mix. Okay. That is better. I think I may have gone a little overboard on the oregano. I'm not gonna lie. But it is good. It's a little bit more salt. And honestly, this is gonna cool down and we're gonna leave it in the fridge and it's gonna come together and it's gonna really blend and meld really, it's gonna be a really good salsa for the top at the end. Trust. One salsa done.
Now we're shifting gears back to our enchilada sauce. We're going to grab our dry spices, half a teaspoon of paprika, half teaspoon of oregano, half teaspoon black pepper, quarter teaspoon fresh cumin, quarter fresh clove. You're going to take all of that along with all of our peppers, onions, garlic that we have boiled, and we're going to put it into the blender. You're going to put that stuff into the blender along with some salt, and we're going to blend it up. This is going to be our enchilada sauce. This is going to be what is going to give everything in our plate flavor. It's going to give our chicken flavor. It's going to give our potatoes flavor. It's going to give our tortillas flavor.
Okay. I have blended it up, and this is the part where traditionalists will say that I made the mistake earlier. But, so you might want to remove the seeds from your guajillo peppers so that when you are blending this, it doesn't come out. I personally don't give a fuck because I'm going to use this sauce to like just dip, and then go on. But like, traditionally, when it comes to enchiladas, chilaquiles, mole, and all that, and the guajillo pepper, you remove the seeds from the dry thing, the seeds in the flesh, so that they don't come out in the actual salsa. It's literally just a texture thing. That's it. So if you want to do some extra work beforehand, before you do your guajillo peppers, cut them open and scrape out the seeds and then soak them, boil them, and do the whole thing. But if you don't give a fuck, then this is what you're going to be. This is where you will be. And the next step is we are going to heat up a pan with some oil and we're going to fry our sauce. Hey, it's your Mexican friend here. We're gonna have a quick chat about Mexican food. Be so like a lot of the dishes that like my specific like pueblo, my rancho, my people, my family, like it's like you can think of Mexican food as like Legos, you know? Like you got a bunch of different bricks that you have that you use to build a meal. So a lot of Mexican dishes, at least like my favorite ones, like we're about to make enchiladas. What's an enchilada? An enchilada is a tortilla, corn tortilla, typically that you dip in some enchilada sauce and then you fry that up a little bit. Typically you fill it up with something and then you fry that, you fold it, and then you top it with whatever you want to top it. Lettuce, chicken, potatoes, cheese, salsa. Tostadas. A tostada is a fried corn tortilla. Tostada is the base. And then you're gonna put on top like a layer of some beans. And then you're gonna do like some lettuce. And then you're gonna do maybe some sliced ham or some chicken or some lomo or some boiled potatoes. You're gonna put some queso fresco, some queso seco, some salsa roja, some salsa verde, some salsa de botella. Oh man, you got yourself a perfect tostada. What are tacos? Tacos, corn tortilla with some meat inside. Maybe you throw some beans. You don't really put that sometimes. You just do like the meat. Maybe you do some salsa. Maybe you do some guacamole, avocado, cheese, whatever you want. It's like, that's Mexican food. Flauta. A flauta is like a rolled taco. And then there's huaraches, which is like a long sope. What's a sope? A sope is like a disc. It's a like fried corn that's like in a disc shape. And then you just fill that with like beans, meat, lettuce, cheese, salsa. It's the same thing. Like a lot of Mexican food is very similar. Like it's like layers. You got your Lego bricks. So you're pretty much, you're making your ingredients. You're making your salsa roja, you're making your salsa verde, you're desmoliendo like desborroneando like el queso, you are shredding the lettuce, you are making the beans, you're refrying the beans, you know, like that's what Mexican food is. And so we have reached the part where within your first date, if this is like a dish that you're making for a date, ideally this is where your date comes in. This is when they're showing up to your house, because this is where like the fun stuff can happen, the interaction. And this is where like being in the kitchen together can be a very light and like a very like fun bonding experience. So at this point in time, what I mean by this would be the perfect time for your date to show up. You want to be at this stage if your date is going to show up, well, because this is the kind of dish, enchiladas is the kind of dish that you prepare, like you finish preparing as you're about to eat it. Like that's what this kind of dish is. And you can like keep making more as you're eating. It's just, this is an active dish. So at this point in time, the only thing that's left, we got to chop up our lettuce and we're going to put that into a bowl.
Good. She's like,
Too good?
yeah. I was like, okay. Little it is. Damn. This is a sharp knife.
What's funny is that and then we're gonna get our queso fresco. We're just gonna crumble that up, put that into another bowl.
You cannot tell this bitch shit.
Congratulations!
Who else has 2 badges?
I think Nina
And
and
won $5,000 for the
I think
anxiety.
Nina
Banshee
and
should've.
Banshee could have won.
Ben should have won.
Everything.
But this is the lip sync all of Perusa, and Banshee's
We're
the lip
very
sync.
happy that you know.
Banshee's gonna fucking get it.
Georgia is in the fourth.
We've already made our salsa.
Oregano.
That's right. We've been here so
That's
long.
what you're
Not
saying.
much of anything.
That's the
Oh, but you got
best
a spoon or
part about
something?
this,
Or
is,
sheet
we
or-
all
I mean,
get
it
to
smells, I feel like it comes together like when you let it sit. Because I had tried
I
it when it was
love the
like
way it smells
fresh.
already.
I tried it when it was
Let's try
fresh.
this.
Oh, you were the original Brooklyn?
Yeah, see, I didn't want it to be too watery. I had just think.
I love the texture of this consistency.
I
Okay.
just remember like text messages and pictures.
I have one.
What does it need?
Salt.
Salt? Okay,
Yeah.
see, I didn't want it to get too salty either. It was just we got our corn oil. We are going to come over here to the stove and we are going to throw a little bit of oil into the pot. I've got 2 pounds of thinly sliced chicken breast. I am not going to use all 2 pounds. I'm gonna just fry up some chicken breast really quickly, fry it up. Then I'm gonna chop up the fried up chicken breast and then I'm going to I'm gonna like throw the chicken breast back in there and I'm gonna pour a little bit of the enchilada sauce over the chicken breast. Really like cook it in there, let it marinate in the flavors and then set it aside on the plate. There's anything that you did wrong if she knows anything. And like,
Alright, that's pretty small. This is
okay, I think
Sandra
I'm gonna do
approved.
1.
This is the only thing I don't understand about
Oh,
lettuce.
this is about to pop
Why?
because it's like oil and it's like wet.
Try it then.
So I'm turning off the heat for a second while I take this off. It's not hot, so it shouldn't hurt. Perfect. It's all white.
Here's the Lollapalooza, and Georges is an amazing lip syncer. And so,
Nina.
Georges, 4th badge, what a great idea. Now, the top 2 all-stars will
Nina's so
Nina's
pissed.
so bitter.
So pissed.
Vanessa Danji.
The thing about Vanjie is that I know
Lollapalooza Smackdown, and this is the challenge that I've waited all season for. This is my gig. This is what I do.
I love Georges.
I was the lip sync assassin on my season. I mean, this is something that we do on a regular basis. This is what we get booked for most of it. Some of it. What? Wow. What lie?
we won't do all of it.
Line.
Because there's a lot of it.
I'm not doing a bad.
I know we're not that much.
Wait, you made me miss this.
You can rewind.
Take a seat. Get your popcorn ready. I'm about to give it to you.
Thanks,
No,
Vanji.
well, if it ever seems that way, I'm sorry, but I'm not.
Once we've done that, I'm gonna come over here, grab our potatoes that we already like halfway, they're already cooked. They're cooked potatoes, but they're still like hold their form, hold their shape. Toss them into the pot, a little bit of oil, a little bit of salsa. Cook it up, set it with the chicken.
Like bodies are ready to pop their pussies. A playlist of fan favorite lip sync
Do you need
songs.
me to do anything right now?
All stars, start
Okay.
your engines, and may the best drag queen win.
Take your hand out now, Michelle.
And Curia, Paris Van Michael.
So they already have who they're going against, like already like that?
I don't know, I think it's where they do the Bruno comes out with his balls.
Down, but
I imagine that's what's gonna happen.
this is a battle royale right here.
Now to determine the first queen to lip
Let them
sync,
toast. Kevin says they look like they're gonna be
Bruno
mushy.
will randomly grab one ball. Bruno, let's go.
It's like the longer they just sit on one side, then you just rotate them, that they sit on one side and it gets like crunchy.
Bruno, please show us whose ball
God!
is on stage.
I was glad you got
Yeah!
Oh, okay. Okay.
Ah!
Hilarious.
Lot of
Who chose who though?
Danji chose Plastique and Plastique chose
Okay, cool.
And Benji goes Steak Plastique.
two all-stars stand before me. Vanjie,
I'm sure Plastique would know these words.
Plastique knows the song is everything.
to the next round.
Should I add chili or do you think
That's really good.
like no chili, right?
No, sí, no chile for the tortilla.
For you to lip sync for your charity.
Okay.
My dream,
There's like,
my fantasy, to perform Pussycat Doll on the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race. So let's do it.
Good luck and don't fuck it up.
Once we've done that, we're going to go ahead, throw a little bit more oil, depending on how much is left in the pot. And then we're going to throw the rest of our salsa into the cazuela, into the pan. And then we're going to fry up the rest of the sauce. Set it aside.
oh, look, she's doing it, Kevin! he did kill.
Wait the next round.
Oh, yes.
What? All stars, I've made my decision.
Chanel.
Nina.
You think?
I don't know. I didn't really watch.
Congratulations.
Once we've set that aside, we're gonna go ahead. Grab our bigger pan, and we are going to start our conveyor belt where we're going to grab a tortilla, dip it into the salsa, put it onto, we're gonna have to put some oil into this pan too, put it in the pan, fry it up a bit, slap it onto the table. We're gonna do that till we get like 5.
It was.
Mistress was like, Mistress and the other bitch, the one that I always said looked like a bulldog, the one that you really liked.
Yeah.
She was feminine.
Candy, yeah, I would love to see them two in a season together.
Let's have fun.
That would be the most obnoxious season ever. You're doing it backwards, but it's okay, I don't care.
Oh, damn.
So as you can see, fellas, we have reached the point where we are cooking the tortillas. I did something wrong because they are falling apart. She was completely right when she said you're doing it backwards, because this first tortilla is absolute mush. I made an accidental chilaquile. That first one.
The one that you didn't cook the tortilla first? Well, you're not supposed to cook it, you're just supposed to, like, you know, warm up
Yeah.
tortilla, like normal, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Right there, I think that the pan was too wet, bro.
Yeah.
Because that tortilla right there has salt on it and it shouldn't.
So throw a little bit of oil into the cazuela so that we can fry these tortillas a little bit, give them a little bit of integrity. Just like you just kind of heat them up.
I'm a freaking character. Like, did I tell you that I had a meeting with the dentist the other day and he was like, I talked to my wife and my in-laws about you. He's like, it's not normal how much people compliment me. He's like,
This is too much.
what? No, just dip it in, dip it out, and then hold it over, and then put it in the plate.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, you're done cooking it. Actually, I think that you're overcooking them, but YOLO, I don't care.
I want them to be a little bit like thick, like have more integrity, you know?
Oh, instead of like loosely?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that maybe when they're not cooked as much, they absorb the salsa better. But I like toasted tortillas, you know that.
Once we have our 5 enchiladas on this dish, we're going to throw some chicken onto each of them, chicken and potatoes. We're going to throw some lettuce. We're going to put some cheese. We're going to put some salsa. And then I also have some queso cotija dry cheese that I am going to crumble on top as the finishing touch. You deserve this one.
You do the garnishes while I do the meat.
My dear,
Start
you
turning
are
it.
free to
Wait a
stay
minute, I gotta put
another
the
day.
potatoes.
Thank you, guys.
I need a hero.
The queso seco goes on top of the salsa. It's like the fine powder. Oh damn, you really can't tell. And then we will have our final dish of enchiladas right here. Simple enough, right? Simple enough. That was the game plan. Now let's execute.
Some people love autistic people.
What up, bro? Are you trying to impress a beautiful Latina woman? Check out this enchilada recipe. And now, let's watch a beautiful Latina woman eat an enchilada.
Oh, yeah. And this is just my sister eating an enchilada.
This is my sister eating an enchilada. Perfect. What do you think as a Mexican woman? If a white guy brought this up to you and was like, yo, look at this recipe I found.
Like, are you sure you're not Mexican?
What up, brother? It's the next day, and I am here making my second chicken breast. You can see I've already put the oil into the pan, and I am cooking it on a low heat. I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna chop it up. I'm gonna take some more of this sauce, fry it up together, get some of my potatoes, fry the rest of those up, and then I'm gonna get some tortillas and make myself some enchiladas. Next day, they always taste better because food just sort of seasons itself when you store it overnight. I don't know how to explain it, but trust and believe, you're gonna love it.